Today we're diving into a super interesting idea: the courage to be disliked. Ever heard of it? It's all about finding the bravery to be yourself, even when you might worry about what others think of you. Why do we even care about this? Well, in a world where social media often pressures us to seek approval and fit in, being true to ourselves can sometimes feel really tough. So, why is this important? Because everyone deserves to live freely and happily without the weight of other people's judgments holding them back. Imagine feeling confident in who you are, doing what you love, and not stressing over every like or comment on Instagram or Facebook. That's the freedom we're talking about. In this video, we'll explore why some people are scared of not being liked and how we can shift our mindset to be more fearless. Let's get started on how you can embrace being uniquely you, no matter what others might think. Stick around. Alright, so why do we often worry about what others think of us? It turns out this fear has deep roots that go way back in our history. Back in the day, being part of a group was super important for survival. Imagine living in the wild. Sticking with a group meant more safety, more help finding food, and better protection from dangers. Basically, being liked and accepted by the group wasn't just nice, it was essential. Fast forward to today, and even though we're not hunting for our next meal or running from saber-toothed tigers, our brains still hold on to that old safety and numbers feeling. That's why we sometimes get that yucky feeling in our stomach when we think someone might not like us or we might not fit in. It's like an ancient alarm system that says, "Warning, risk of being left out." This need to belong is wired into us because, for most of human history, our survival literally depended on it. Being part of a tribe meant sharing resources, taking care of each other, and just having a better chance at life. So, when we worry about being disliked, it's not just a random feeling. It's an old survival tool. But here's the cool part. Now that we know why we feel this way, we can remind ourselves that we're not in those old times anymore. We have more freedom to be who we are without risking our survival. Understanding this can help us relax a bit more about fitting in and encourage us to express our true selves. Benefits of embracing unpopularity. Now let's talk about the upside of not always trying to be the most popular person in the room. It might sound a bit strange at first. Why would anyone want to be unpopular, right? But there's actually some pretty cool benefits to not stressing over how many thumbs up we get all the time. 1. Authenticity and personal freedom. First up, being okay with not always being liked can actually lead to feeling more genuine and true to yourself. When you're not constantly trying to please everyone, you get to explore what you really like, what you really believe in, and how you want to live your life. This freedom means you can choose hobbies, friends, and even careers that really fit you, not just ones that look good to others. It's like taking off a tight pair of shoes and slipping into your favorite comfy sneakers. It just feels better. 2. Greater self-confidence. Now, when you start doing things that align with your true self, something cool happens. Your confidence starts to grow. You begin to trust your own choices and feel good about them. No matter what the crowd thinks, this doesn't mean you become superhuman and never doubt yourself, but it does mean you start feeling sturdy on your own 2 feet. You know who you are, and you like that person. 3. Reduced anxiety about others' opinions. Lastly, when you embrace being okay with not always being liked, you'll find that you worry less about what others think. This is a huge relief. It's like setting down a heavy backpack you've been carrying around without even realizing it. When you're not tangled up in worrying about every little comment or glance, you have more energy to enjoy life, meet new challenges, and just have more fun. In short, while it might seem counterintuitive, there's a lot to gain from not being everyone's cup of tea. Embracing a bit of unpopularity can actually lead to a happier, more relaxed, and authentic you. Challenges of being disliked. Okay, so we've talked about the good stuff that comes with not worrying about being everyone's favorite. But let's be real, it's not all smooth sailing. Being unpopular or going against the norm can definitely come with its own set of challenges. Here's what that might look like and how you can handle it. First off, if you choose to march to the beat of your own drum, you might sometimes feel left out or isolated. For example, at work, if you're not going along with the crowd, you might not get invited to lunch or be the last to hear office news. In your personal life, friends who prefer to fit in might distance themselves if they think your choices are too out there. This can feel pretty tough, especially on days when all you want is to connect with others. Now, here's a tricky part. Figuring out when the feedback you're getting is actually helpful, and when it's just someone's negative opinion. Constructive criticism is like a coach giving you tips to improve your game. It's meant to help you grow and get better. It's specific, actionable, and ultimately, it's delivered with respect. On the other hand, mere disapproval can feel like someone booing from the stands. It's not really about helping you improve. It's just about showing they don't like what you're doing. So, how do you tell the difference? Ask yourself a few questions. Is the feedback specific and clear about what can be improved? Does it come from someone you respect and who genuinely cares about your growth? Can you use this feedback to make positive changes? If the answer is yes, then it's probably constructive criticism. If it's just someone venting their dislike, it's okay to acknowledge their feelings, but not let it dictate your choices. Being disliked for being true to yourself can be tough. But remember, every great person who made a difference wasn't always popular in their time. What matters most is staying true to who you are and what you believe in. And remember, learning to differentiate useful feedback from mere noise is a skill that will not only help you grow but also strengthen your resilience in the long run. Now let's talk about how to build up the courage to be okay with not always being everyone's favorite person. It sounds tough, right? But it's really about being strong in who you are and living life on your own terms. Here's how you can start. First things first, get to know the real you. This means diving deep into what you truly want out of life, what you believe in, and what makes you, you. It's about being honest with yourself and accepting your unique traits and desires. Take some time to reflect, maybe through journaling, meditating, or just some quiet thinking. Ask yourself what's truly important to you, not just what others expect from you. Now, knowing who you are is one thing, but making sure others respect that is another. Setting personal boundaries is all about deciding what you're comfortable with and what you're not. It's telling people how you expect to be treated, kindly, with respect, and keeping in mind your personal limits. For example, if you decide you need some alone time to recharge, be clear and let people know that this is important for your well-being. Remember, it's okay to say no to things that don't fit with your values or that drain your energy. Let's face it, not everyone is going to like or agree with the choices you make, and that's okay. Building resilience is about strengthening yourself to handle criticism without it crushing you. Start by understanding that feedback is often not about you personally. It can be about the other person's tastes, experiences, or their own issues. Combining these strategies not only helps you become more confident in who you are, but also teaches you that it's totally fine not to be liked by everyone. Embracing this can lead to a freer, more joyful life, where you're not constantly weighed down by the fear of what others think. We are finally diving into how you can start overcoming the fear of being judged. It's something that affects a lot of us. But there are practical steps you can take to feel more confident and less worried about what others think. Let's break it down. The first step is to really get to know yourself, your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. This is where mindfulness and reflection come in. Try spending a few minutes each day just sitting quietly, focusing on your breathing and noticing what thoughts pop up without judging them. This can help you understand what triggers your fear of judgment and how you typically respond to it. Reflecting through journaling can also be super helpful. Write down instances when you felt judged and explore why and how it affected you. This awareness is key to managing your reactions better. Clear communication is so important, not just in getting your ideas across, but also in setting boundaries. Work on expressing exactly what you need and how certain behaviors affect you. Practice phrases like, "I feel overwhelmed when I don't have time to myself during the week, so I'd like to set aside an hour each evening just for me." Being clear about your needs helps others understand your boundaries, and it can reduce misunderstandings that might lead to feeling judged. Handling criticism constructively is essential. Whether you're developing the courage to be disliked or overcoming the fear of judgment, let's dive into how you can turn criticism into a tool for personal growth. First, when you receive criticism, take a breath and give yourself a moment to process it before reacting. Start by identifying whether the feedback is constructive. Ask yourself, is it specific? Does it come from someone with genuine intentions? Can you use this information to improve? Constructive feedback often focuses on actions you can take rather than on your character. If the feedback is useful, acknowledge it and consider how to incorporate it into your actions. If it's hurtful or not constructive, it's okay to let it go and move on. Remind yourself that criticism is a part of growth and learning. By viewing each piece of feedback as an opportunity to improve, you'll start to fear criticism less and value it more as a tool for self-improvement. In your personal life, applying the courage to be disliked might look like choosing hobbies or interests that truly excite you, even if they're unusual or unpopular among your friend group. For instance, maybe you love collecting antique stamps or enjoy birdwatching, activities your friends might find boring. Instead of hiding these passions, openly share and enjoy them. This authenticity can strengthen your relationships, attracting people who appreciate the real you and respect your unique interests. In the workplace, this concept can help you voice your ideas or concerns without fear of being unpopular. Suppose you believe that a proposed strategy may lead to problems down the line. By confidently expressing your concerns and backing them up with solid reasoning, you demonstrate integrity and commitment to the company's success, even if it might temporarily put you at odds with colleagues or superiors. This can earn you respect as a thoughtful and proactive employee. Socially, having the courage to be disliked allows you to set and maintain boundaries that protect your mental health and well-being. For example, if someone in your social circle tends to dominate conversations or make insensitive jokes at others' expense, you might decide to speak up or distance yourself from negative dynamics. While this might lead to some initial discomfort or pushback, it ultimately fosters healthier and more respectful interactions. Let me give you another example. Let's talk about my friend Anne. She's a graphic designer who loved creating bold, unconventional art, but was initially afraid to share her work broadly because it didn't fit the mainstream aesthetic trends. Despite fears of criticism, she began posting her art on social media and pitching unique design concepts to clients. While not everyone appreciated her style, her distinctive work eventually caught the eye of a major lifestyle brand looking for fresh, innovative designs, leading to a lucrative collaboration. Anne's story shows that embracing your unique traits and being authentic can lead to unexpected opportunities and success. We've explored why our brains sometimes hold us back, the incredible benefits of embracing our true selves, and how we can practically achieve this freedom. Now, I challenge you to take a small step towards being authentically you. Maybe that means expressing an unpopular opinion, or choosing a path that's right for you, despite what others might think. Share your decision in the comments below, or tell us how you've been moving toward a more authentic life. Let's support each other in being true to who we are. Here's to being brave and true to who we are.